Happy day 17 of Vlogmas. I can't believe it's day 17 already, but I did wake up feeling extremely tired today, which tells me that we're getting closer and closer to Christmas. The more tired I get, the closer it is. I've only got, what is today, Tuesday? I've only got 4 days of work left for the year, and I feel like they will go quite fast. There's quite a lot going on. We've got one more Christmas event, and I feel like the week will go fast. So that is good. I am really looking forward to the break. The tiredness also tells me that I am spending a lot of time editing. Daily vlogs are quite tiring 3 weeks in. It's not been full 3 weeks, 2.5 weeks in, I guess now, 2 weeks. Oh, I am rambling this morning, I'm sorry. So I thought I'd pop in this morning quickly before I head off to work. I am driving in today, and to avoid every chat being in the car and I have a little bit of time before I need to leave, I thought I'd open my advent with you in front of the tree, because I don't know how much festivity there will be in today's vlog. So we're up to day 17 of the Easy Like Sunday Morning Advent by Louie and Lola. I wish it was Sunday morning. Could really do with a nice quiet day. So here it is. Oh, wow. It's quite similar to yesterday's, just immediately. It's also got that cranberry tone to it. Let me grab yesterday's and we can have a look. Okay, so there's more pink in yesterday's. So this one was from yesterday, and this is the one I've just opened. They are beautiful next to each other, and they will look amazing in a project. That is really, really pretty. Goes really well with my choice of cardigan today. So that's 2/3 of the Advent done. We only have 8 more days left to open, and that feels crazy that we are so far into December already. I feel like, didn't it just start? Oh well. Well, today's going to be a busy one, as I've said. I have a hairdresser appointment straight after work, so I will be home quite late, and I'm not sure what interesting things will happen throughout the day. My plan is to try to get my Cozy Knitter Advent socks caught up. I did not work on them at all yesterday, and to make a decision on whether I do any more stripes on the Freckled Whimsy Advent skein. I've done 23 as of last night on each sock, so I'll do the 24th, I'll do some measuring, and I'll make a decision on whether I start the toe now or do an extra stripe or two. I think it's probably ready for the toe, to be honest though, once I've done that final stripe. So that's pretty exciting. I will have some extra progress on those projects once I get to the hairdresser this evening. That's my favourite part of the hairdresser. Well, there are 2 favourite parts. I love it when they play with my hair. It's such an indulgence and so relaxing. Just them putting the colour on feels quite lovely. And I love the knitting time, the sitting and knitting time while we wait for things to happen. So I'm very much looking forward to this evening, and that is what is getting me through, motivating myself to leave for work. So I probably better sign off there for now and hope to chat with you again sometime after work. I hope you're having a great day.
Let's go outside, the snow is falling down and every child is having so much.
I've just arrived at the hairdresser and I have my knitting in my bag. I've got both sock projects and a spare project just in case. And I'm going to go get my hair done. It won't be much different, I don't think. It's just a refresh, but it really needs doing right now. So I'll see you after my appointment.
The snowman is twice the size as me, with a smile as quirky as mine. We're holding hands to keep each other warm while we stand and watch a choir performing all the Christmas songs that we love. Yeah, all the Christmas songs that we love. And in a while we're gonna go inside.
Hair is done. It feels wonderful. It's super curly right now, but that's just because it will drop out overnight and I don't want to have to redo it tomorrow morning. But I am really happy that that is done, and I'm going to head home and I will show you my socks when I get there. So it's actually a few hours later. It is now almost 10 p.m. I don't know where the hours are going. This is madness. I've been home for about an hour possibly, but I did stop off at my sister's on the way home and it was lovely to see her. I didn't take any footage there. We just had a quick chat and I then came home and had a bit of girl dinner. Essentially a bit of a platter of food. I did not take any footage of that either. The boys had already eaten by the time I got here. So I enjoyed some cheese, tomato, boiled eggs, a bit of ham, and I think that was all. Very basic, but it was delicious. And it's filled the spot and I feel like I've had a relatively healthy dinner compared to what I could have had. So I just thought I'd quickly pop in because I did promise you that I would show you my socks. I'm just going to show you the freckled whimsy ones because I have finished all 24 stripes, which I worked on at the hairdresser. So that is the final stripe there. And I'm ready for the toe. So I'm so excited. I will start the toe tomorrow. I've got a bus ride to and from work that will give me quite a nice bit of knitting time. And I will then figure out where I'm cutting in the heel. So I haven't talked about the heel, I don't think, and I think I had a question about this in one of my previous episodes. I am still planning to do an Ask Me Anything segment as well in one of these days this week. So if you do have any questions, feel free to pop them in the description or in the comments section below. But one question that I did receive was what kind of heel I'll be adding to my socks. And because I like to get the full 24 stripes into my socks, I usually choose to do an afterthought heel. My hair looks funny. It's already dropped, hasn't it? Oh goodness. So yes, a true afterthought heel, and I historically have always followed the Kirby Werby tutorial in the heel placement and the technique for this. And it's been a while, probably a year now since I've done an afterthought heel, since last December. So I will just check on my notes on my previous Ravelry project pages because I'm pretty sure I just measure out from the tip of the toe down to where this cut-in heel will be, because I'm not actually remembering what that distance is. I used to use a chart that gave you foot lengths for each size shoe, and I'm pretty sure I had it linked in some old podcast episodes. So I'll see if I can dig that out and add that to the description box below as well, because if you're knitting socks for someone else, it can be a little hard to decide how long to make the foot, and I do find that that's handy. And I've used that chart before when I've cut in heels for my husband's socks, for my niece's socks, and Kirby Werby tutorial I think tells you in terms of the heel placement to go 2.5 maybe inches less than the full length of the foot, because you want some positive ease on your sock, and also you're going to add the heel portion. So I might link Kirby Werby's tutorial below because she'll explain it much better than I am doing right now, and I will also try to find the shoe size guide that I used to use that I haven't looked at for some time. Hopefully it's still available online. But yeah, I did mark out every 20th round on both socks. Is that in focus? There you go. You can see the little light bulb stitch markers through there. And I did that just to make sure that I had enough length. And I've got over 120 rounds from the cuff to the where I will start the toe. I think it's 126, 28 rounds. So from memory, I think I used to do around 120 rounds for a sock for myself if I did an afterthought heel before starting the toe. And that gave me a nice long leg for me and was quite a comfortable fit. So my aim is to knit the toes over the next couple of days, and I'll cut in the heels probably on the weekend. I think that will work. We'll see how we go with the knitting time over the next couple of days. If you'd like me to record any of that, let me know. If I have time, I can try to record cutting in one of these heels, because I'll be doing it on this pair and the Cozy Knitter pair as well. I've just been editing and I realized I forgot to say something quite important. So if you are after a written pattern for the Afterthought heel, my friend Kath of the Mindful Melbourne Maker podcast, she has a free pattern called the Melbourne Socks that have instructions for an Afterthought heel in them as well. So feel free to check that out. I'll link that down below as well. It is a free pattern on Ravelry, so feel free to use that if you find the video instructions not to your liking or you'd like it written down. So I will link that for you below as well. So that's pretty much the main progress I've made today. I have knit a little bit on my Cozy Knitter Advent socks, but I don't think I've done today's stripe yet, so no. That's yesterday's stripe there. I was actually working on this while I was editing today's vlog before I had a chance to record again. And the first sock has yesterday's stripe, and today's stripe has started, and this sock has half of yesterday's stripe done, so I might get a chance to work on these before I go to bed tonight. We'll see how we go. I'm feeling quite fresh right now, but I also know that I'm not doing well in the mornings. So I think I'll finish editing today's vlog and probably head straight to the shower and bed. Try to get an early night, because tomorrow, actually the rest of the week, is quite intense and quite busy. So it might be a good idea to try to get some rest. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry if I've been rambly. I feel a lot more awake than I did this morning, which is my usual quite often. I tend to be a bit of a night owl sometimes. Or my natural state is that of a night owl, and I try very hard to not be a night owl so that it's not so hard to wake up in the early mornings, which, you know, waking up at 5:30 in the morning, not really conducive to being a night owl. Rambling again. Have a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you again tomorrow.
And drink our chocolate by the fire, 'cause all I want is to spend this day with you. Let me